Going on, everyone? Just jumping on, do a little bit of an oil painting. Been hanging out with you guys a bit doing this. Is the music too loud over me talking? Let me know in the chat. But I'm gonna work on a little Captain America painting. Just starting this one out. Just starting this one out. Oh, look, lots of people jumping on. Say what's up to a few people. Hermit, what's up? The Rider, Shaken by the Card Collector Show. It's happening. Plaza Collections, Wicked Channel, Raj. What's up, guys? Thanks so much for jumping on. I'm just chilling. I'm like about to go out for a dinner, and I just raced through a day of work so I could come home and like work on some stuff. And let's do it. I don't really have I'm not going to really be jumping in and out of chat too much. I'll do my best, but I'm just chilling and thought I'd include you guys in a painting. So I'm just kind of figuring it all out. This is a new one. I've been doing a lot of these lately. These 6x6 on board oil paintings are fun, you know. And I like to do them live so that I just get to chat with you guys, you know. Last night I was doing, I think it was last night, I was doing Spider-Man on my Instagram. If you're interested in following the Instagram and seeing all this channel stuff and all the artwork I've been doing, get on there and check it out at Last Pack Magic PC on Instagram. I hope you've heard of Instagram. It's a pretty popular platform. This is the first time I've ever done a Captain America, and this is a drawing of him I did on this board, straight up from the movies. I was watching Netflix and I saw a spot and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pause that and get a little picture of it and maybe do me a Captain America painting. Hey Brittany, what's going on? Oh my God, finally something on YouTube. Is everybody out doing stuff today, or what's the deal? You know, is there nothing on YouTube going on? Pulling Fire, what's up, man? I hope you guys aren't sick of watching me paint yet, because I'm gonna be doing more of these. I like painting on YouTube with you guys. It's fun. Just settling in. I got a dinner tonight I got to go to, but you know, everybody asked me where I wanted to go for dinner, and I didn't really want to. It wasn't really up to me, you know. It was one of those dinners where I had to make a rezo and kind of do all of it, and I don't even want to go. I just want to sit inside and paint. But someone needs to be the new Bob Ross, bro. I'm gonna put a happy little Marvel character on all these paintings, and just for you, man. You know, I think that's one thing that's kind of been, I crave watching. I was watching a lot of painting stuff today. Like this morning, I woke up really early, even though I was up late painting. And I was watching Alex Ross paint. And man, I was in like a Zen state watching Alex Ross. I'm just going to refer to him as Alex. I don't know the dude or anything, but like, he is so good. And watching him paint this morning was like something I was really, really down with. And, you know, I don't know, I really got into it, and I got held up at work longer than I wanted to. And it was like, it was even more infuriating to be stuck at work, because all I wanted to do was come home and be creative, but I couldn't because I was stuck doing that stuff. You know, it was super annoying. But anyways, I've been watching the Alex Ross stuff, and I not only like the artwork that he does, but I like as he walks you through his conversation of doing it. You know, it's funny to say, but for me, like Alex Ross is kind of slept on. Like maybe I'm late to the party, but I've only recently started to discover how much work he did. He's pulling fire, says, I'm sitting here contemplating cracking a couple of PSA slabs. Man, I cracked a slab a little while ago. I needed it for one of my binder spots. And like, I made such a mess. It was just an explosion of plastic and and just a mess, like a straight up mess. It was kind of fun though. I wish I'd filmed it actually. If you're gonna do it, you should film it so that you can have a little how-to one. I don't know how you guys do it, but I crack them with wire cutters. I do it with a pair of like snips. Anyone's wondering like what I'm doing painting wise here, I'm doing a Captain America, and what I'm working on tonight before I go to this dinner is just getting the dark layer down and some skin tones. I'm gonna do some skin and just kind of get a start to this so that I can come back to it tonight when I come back from dinner. I did a Hulk earlier, and I'm really on the fence about it. I'm not really sure where it's going. I was working on it, and I was kind of like, I don't want to say I was disgruntled because I was really enjoying doing it. I was having a lot of fun, but it really wasn't going the direction I wanted it to go. And then I did the teeth and the eyes, and like after that, I was like, oh man, this is actually a real painting. And it was cool. It was kind of like so now it's downstairs drying. That Spider-Man I did yesterday turned out pretty good. There's still a bit of work to do. I have to draw some of the black on once some stuff dries, but there's a very good chance that that's one of my better paintings. I'm really excited about showing you guys a finished product of that one. Really excited about it. Oh man, gonna rip another box of Marvel Metal tomorrow. That sounds fun. I'm impressed you even have any left. That's so funny. Like, I called the fella that I get boxes from, and yesterday I was just interested in price, and he had Marvel Masterpiece boxes, and a case was 20 G's. I kind of laughed. He was like, "Man, you got expensive taste." I'm like, "Yeah, that ain't for me. That's too much." But it was kind of fun. I pre-mixed my paint for this one. I've been I got home in like a mad rush, and I just started mixing colors and kind of getting right into it. I didn't want to waste any time. So here we are. I'm gonna change the music up. I think this music needs to get swapped out if we're gonna keep going here. I'm gonna go with no, that's a bit too much. I'm gonna try some lo-fi. So yeah, I got this dark layer in, and I'm just gonna kind of keep playing around with it. Just doing all this like on the fly and just kind of mixing colors and lightening them up as I go, building on some layers. I usually like to get a skin tone in before I start this part of adding light, but I don't know. I'm feeling the blue. I'm just gonna wing it, man. What are you guys up to tonight? It's Saturday night. I just figured, I literally just randomly decided I was going to do this quick little live with you guys. And you guys are my favorites to hang out with, so you're stuck with me, That was an aggressively bright color, but the beauty part of oil paint is this ability to blend. When I was watching the Alex Ross stuff, which I highly encourage you to take an interest in, honestly, it was like not only peaceful to watch, but it was very informative. Like if you're into painting, I feel like some techniques get shared in there about like what kind of paint he uses and how he's using it, which didn't really apply for me. I paint a bit different than that. Like he's using gouaches and stuff. It's funny you guys are talking about like having to get those cards in slabs and stuff. That's like definitely a reality where um, getting cards in slabs, especially, it's a video I want to do in the morning show. Maybe we'll chat about it tomorrow. But like, what grade do you break out of a case? Like, at what point are you like, you know what, this grade isn't even worth being in a slab? You know, I'm going to touch on that in the morning show real soon. But all right, I think I'm getting ahead of myself with doing these light touches, but I'm gonna do a couple more just for fun. Take a bit of a break on the blue here soon. Switch over to doing a little bit of skin tone here, so we'll gotta find the right brush for it. I got a stack of brushes here that I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of, sorry, my big tattooed arms in the way here. Dude, I'm pumped you guys are all chilling tonight, man. I got 11 people watching. This is fun. Okay, let's get some skin tone going. I'm going to start with some dark. Let me kind of start in this little like shadow realm and ears. I've been telling you guys a little bit about the process that I've been doing. But what I've been doing is like the darks on the bottom. So it's called working from dark to light, giving it a bit of depth. And what I'm doing with this layer is just having a neutral skin tone to blend into afterwards. I don't do a lot of portraiture, but I really think that portraiture is an amazing type of painting. I'm using a lot of paint these days. Like I'm not really whacking the paint down all that much with buffers and thinners, because there's this thing in painting called painting like thick to thin, and when you're doing it this way, it provides you a really nice layer to incorporate into your color mixture. And you would never know it, but one of the secrets to a great skin tone and making it have a bit of warmth to it and look as though it's real is a little touch of blue. A little, see, I just hit some kind of blue there. Ah, don't you love when that happens? No big deal. Just get in there and take that out. I don't know if that was on the board or if that was locked in the brush, but that's how delicate it is. You know, you gotta pay attention. Thanks, Jake. I'm glad you're Jim. You're liking the painting. Is there a difference in drying time on the wood? Dude, the drying times are ridiculous. Does the wood affect the drying time? If anything, I would say it makes it a touch shorter, just because it's such a porous thing. So oil paint setting and drying it's a chemical reaction. It's less to do with ambient moisture and things like that than it is with being a chemical reaction. And like sunlight and things like that definitely assist in that chemical reaction, but I don't know how much the wood board affects it. And yeah, so that's my answer, Raj. I don't know if that answers your question fully, but. Oh, there's the blue. The blue was underneath that. That blue and red was unmixed pigment underneath my my pile of skin tone that I pre-mixed here. Kind of funny. I try to make this layer really smooth because my plan is to incorporate more pigments over top of it that will mix into it. So I know that skin tone like doesn't make any sense in the video, but it will later. These are 7 and 8, but I don't even like 9s. That's funny you say that. I'm always wondering what is the cutoff for snap in a slab. Why don't you like 9s, Pull and Fire? I'm interested in why 9s are like off your list. All right, we got some skin tone going here. I've been going live a lot lately. I'm sure you guys have noticed, but I really enjoy the live streams. Like, one, there's no editing. I like the editing, but it is sometimes nice to have a break from having to edit videos and do like a bunch of extra filming. When it's live, it's just like full send. It's like go. So then I love about like painting is watching a painting come together. Like when I go back and watch these videos afterwards, sometimes I speed them up a little bit too and get to like see what's going on. And it's like fun to see a picture come together, especially when it's done and I'm like sitting on it at home. Get to like have a look at it, watch the process all over again. There's nothing like watching somebody who knows what they're doing build a composition. It's really, really fun. Really, really fun to do that. Who do you guys like to watch paint? Palumbo does videos of him painting, and Palumbo's dope. Not only like a super cool dude. Sometimes I talk to Palumbo just in Messenger, and we always end up talking about camera film. It's funny, like, you know, our conversations always seem to go that direction, and it makes me realize how much I have in common with the guy. You know, even from like we talked about like shooting different types of film, and I don't know if you guys are into photography, like especially film photography, but like we talk a lot about like pushing film, which is like changing the aperture of it and changing the design of the film basically and using it for a different application, which is really fun in different types of film, like shooting Porta 400 or HP5 black and white, or a lot of different types of film. Shooting expired film is fun. I hope some of you guys are watching this at work, for those of you who are working, because that way you're getting paid to watch the LPM channel, and that's always my favorite, is when you guys are getting paid to watch this kind of content. All right, can you tell, is it starting to look like Captain America at the very least, or am I swinging for a miss here? I don't know. We'll see. Got a little bit of gray to start out this A up here. I love painting. Like, I really, really love painting. Realize I got to do the little space in between there. I realized today I definitely need to. I really need to get new brushes. My brush game, you know, is noticeably getting. And I don't know. My art supplies is very well used or well loved. I'm gonna say, like, I use my art supplies daily, like whether I'm at work or whatever. And I have a field kit that I bring with me, and my brushes are just beat, man, like absolutely beat. Raj says, I'd rather watch you at work, otherwise I'll be on eBay looking for cards. Man, I find recently I've been looking a lot for cards, and there's a lot of stuff not showing up. Like Fleer Ultra Wolverine, like, man, there's not very much being broken now. And it goes to show you these like kind of trend waves that go on where a new product comes out, and like that's the focus, right? Like that's what people are ripping. And as soon as it passes, I don't know if it's access to product or what, but there's been a dramatic slowdown in some stuff getting ripped. I gotta find a better system where my gigantic hands aren't in the painting videos. I know like nobody wants to stare at the back of my hand. Also, conveniently, the only part of me that isn't tattooed is my damn hands. There we go. We got the A, so everybody knows that it's Captain America. I think I'll fill in some. I'll fill in a bit more up on this helmet detail too, so that you get an idea of what we're going for. Pulling fire, saying probably just my OCD, but a 9 is just too close to perfection. If the creator was better day, it would have probably been a 10. Well, you're probably right. He says, Imagination Hobby says, I agree with him. I'm thinking prices will be dropping off a bit soon. If we are at the end of the release set, yeah, and you know that this is going to be something that just is on EPAC in absolutely no time at all. You know it's going to hit EPAC and be the next thing on there. I bet you, I'm going to make the prediction right now that we see this on EPAC in the next, I'm going to say 3 weeks. So before October, we're going to see this hit EPAC is my prediction. I'm willing to be wrong, but that's my guess. For those of you guys who are just jumping on, we're doing a little Captain America oil painting here. Just killing some time on a beautiful Saturday night. Just relaxing, enjoying some painting time. I'm gonna like post these completed projects, and I'm just glad that there's like some live content about their creation, because I think it's cool if you own something, or if you like, if you get a chance to see like a post and you can go back and be like, oh, you know what? Like, I remember that Saturday night. Like, I was a part of that. Yeah, and Raj, I agree with you that I think that less of it, well, you know, less of it's going to get open because of the box prices. Unfortunately, the box price, I don't know if it is going to affect an opening, because everything seems to get open. Like, one, box prices don't come down unless it's an Allegiance product. But I bet you everything gets opened because that just seems to be the nature of the beast. I can't believe David Adams is still selling product, but they have them like insane prices. So you're kind of getting that. Yeah, I think they will all eventually sell, especially because people are like PMG crazy. And I'm one of those people. So like, don't take that the wrong way. I'm like so down with PMGs. I love it. Drone Soar, what's going on, man? Thanks a lot for jumping on. Just doing a little Captain America painting here, just having a bit of fun, you know. Gonna mix up some skin tones here, maybe start adding some color and some shadow to this guy. Give him a bit of life here. He looks a little flat right now, I know. Start doing some colors. Make it look like he's seen the sun before. I don't do a whole lot of portraiture, so. Imagination Hobbies is having a long weekend with work and construction, being busy. Appreciate you making some time to jump on with us here. Come hang out for another oil painting night, you know. I don't see a whole lot of like artists doing lives of their painting. Like, I know that painting's not like, well, unless you're doing graffiti or some shit, but it's not like the most exciting thing in the world. But I kind of love that about it. It's like a good change of pace. You know, that's something we're definitely trying to do here, is have a little bit of a slow. We're all trying to relax together, you know. Haven't seen any early blaster openings yet. Yeah, dude, I haven't seen any of the blasters open either. Come to think of it, didn't even know they were doing blasters of this. Blasters have sort of been like a crazy part of the Upper Deck story in the last little while, where like we've seen some like pretty crazy stuff from Platinum. in blasters, which kind of like set the vibe, you know, for seeing a lot of monster hits coming in from it. It's just weird being on camera without like you guys being able to see my face. It's like I'm always on camera. Like, I spend a lot of my day on camera with you guys, and it's trippy doing it so different for these paintings. I just don't have the angles to do it, you know. Just don't got it. I gotta fill in these eyes here. I gotta get eyes are such an important part of a portrait. Like watch this. Like when I do these eyes, it really, I mean, it's so stupid to say, cliche to say, but it really comes to life, you know, like you get a real sense of what's going on. I just painted walls yesterday for this game store I'm starting to work at, just solid blue, not even creative. Wow, you know what, man? Sound like you're having fun. Not supposed to be any good hits in the blasters anyways. I just need the copper parallels for the eyes really make the painting wake up. Yeah, totally. Drone Source says Platinum is coming out on Pack Wars. Yeah, you're totally right. I saw that too, that's coming out. I like, you know what? Pack Wars sometimes have some really cool we like leaderboard cards. I've got some cool Sabertooths that are Pack Wars stuff. Most notably, the last beginnings had a cool I want to say it was a purple, but it might have had a different name, like a magenta or something like that. That was a thing, and it was a cool card to get. It's unique, right? Like getting stuff like that. Violet, yeah, you're 100% right, man. It's very motivating once eyes come out well, and it gets me really hyped. Yeah, totally. Getting the eyes in definitely makes you like realize you're doing a face. I wonder what the achievements are. I still need to look that up. Yeah, dude, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm excited to see as well. Very excited to see as well. I'm gonna figure out what I go on to next year. I guess I need to like fill in part of this uniform. You don't see a whole lot of his uniform in this painting, but there definitely is some space to be doing a uniform. I'm kind of hoping to do these like with a focal point on the face and then part of the body like out of focus. So like if you're kind of wondering like what direction this is going, that's sort of what I have in mind, is this like hyper focus on the face and then the body just being sort of whatever. You really notice it in the Spider-Man. You really notice it in there. Drone Source says, I have a few of them, and the white rainbows are the prizes for the leaderboard. Nice low number cards. I like the white rainbow a lot. Do you know anyone PC and Captain America Hardcore? So many good card arts. I think the first Avenger is the character collector that comes to mind when I think of Cap. You know, I don't know him very well, but he seems like a really enthusiastic collector. I know that he is also a pilot and just is like an interesting dude. His Instagram was actually mentioned in the very last morning show that we did, because on the morning show, we always talk about interesting Instagrams, and his made the list there. So I highly recommend you go back and have a look at that if you want to link to his Instagram. Cool, we got so many people hanging out now. I appreciate you guys wanting to hang out and, you know, just have a chat, listen to some music, do a little painting. just trying to bring this painting a little bit of flair, you know, bring it to life a little bit before setting it aside and coming back to it another time. Something I think that if you're an aspiring painter and you want a really good tip, it's to not procrastinate on a painting. Like, sit down. If you're going to start a painting, like, sit down, mix your colors, like a few colors at the very least, and then power through. Like, if you have to stop and look for like some perspectives, make sure some things look right, adjust some colors, that's good. But don't have those pauses. Like, don't pause out and be like, all right, I'm just gonna like let this sit on the easel for a minute and I'm just gonna chill. Like, try to like stay in that creative zone and hit it while the iron's hot, you know. Stock coming soon. I'm like really excited about. I've got a bunch of ideas for stuff that I want to do on them. I love that you guys are in the chat, like chatting about what's coming up next. I think this is a great place for like being in a live and getting to ask each other questions. Like, it's kind of like a forum style, you know. It's cool. I like that a lot that you guys are doing that. So many knowledgeable people in the hobby, eh? I always love when people ask about certain collectors too. They're like, "Oh, like who's collecting Captain America?" It's so cool that like you can ask in the group and like get some answers about that. Well, that might be the start that I get, and I let some of this sit in for a while. I got to do lips and all that soon. Need some like army truck green kind of shit for this right now. What am I going to use for that? I'm going to use a different brush. Do like a beige. Gonna come up with something for. Like an absolute beating. I use it at work. It's like my work one. But it fits on a table where opposed to my previous easels were all standalones. And it's just kind of funny. Watching them do work. No, like I was talking earlier how it's like Alex Ross is one of them who's like memorable right now that I enjoy seeing the process. But man, I really like watching painting on live streams or on even just on YouTube on like some documentary style kind of stuff. Another cap collector. You know, I assume the captain's like a pretty like popular character to secondary collect, but I know what you mean when you guys ask. Like, I think we're all curious at times of who's like the character collector for something. Like, who's the guy, you know, is what we're asking. We all know who certain like popular characters are collected by, but it's cool how in the hobby too you start to associate people with that character. It's cool. I like that a lot. Lips going here. Starting to look like Captain America, slowly but surely. So just so you know, what you do here is you're starting with the darks. So you start with your dark colors, and then you build up your layers over top of the oil paint. And your lighter layers mix in nicely with these. So it always looks so dark when you start. But that's why this video is called the start of a painting and not the finish of a painting. Because you got to start somewhere, man. I'm going to do this little bit of the neck here. And then I think I'm going to call this started and go and get ready for dinner. I got to go and do that whole thing. Anyways, everybody, thanks a lot for jumping on. Appreciate you joining. That's the start of the cat painting. You know, it's a rough start for sure, but that's how these paintings start, man. You gotta start somewhere. So all you guys out there, you have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for jumping on. Talk to you soon.